For devout believers, the central tenet of the ancient Chinese religion of Taoism, or the practice of Taoism, is the belief that adhering to certain beliefs and practices can lead to a longer life, a better way of life, and sometimes even immortality. The religious tradition of Taoism actually venerates a group of 8 immortals, or called baxian, who offer a concrete symbol of the ability to attain immortality, and they transcend the limitations of daily life through beliefs and practices of the way of Tao, or Taoism. They serve as mythological archetypes of immortality achieved through practice of Tao. Among the 8 immortals, baxian celebrated in Taoism, a number seems to have actual historical existence. So they're said to, been born during the Tang Dynasty, which is 618 to 907 CE, or during the Song Dynasty, which is 960 to 1279 CE. Well, some of the immortals were real people. The magical and mystical, tales surrounding these practitioners make it almost impossible to distinguish between reality and what's mythology. So today we'll learn of one of the 8 immortals of baxian. This particular one, likely a purely mythological figure, although there are people who argue otherwise. This particular baxian or immortal is usually depicted as a transgender of some sort, either male or female. He or she is Lan Caihe. In a way, Caihe could be a female name. Lan is a surname. But it's not a strictly male character, strictly female character. So it's a he/she, transgender in between. He or she is often depicted with a basket full of flowers and or a pair of bamboo clappers. Lan Caihe is depicted as slightly eccentric, drunk. And it's serving to symbolize a carefree kind of life, devoid of concerns or responsibilities of a daily person or daily life that we live from day to day. This particular gender-bending immortal, Lan Caihe, is depicted, like I said earlier, as a boy or girl, and it's quite a teenager, so it's quite young. He's said to be, he was found, drunk in a tavern one day, and suddenly the room was filled with music, and he was being taken up to heaven on a stork or crane. I don't know whether it's hallucinations of a drunk person, when they're writing this particular legend of some sort, but it's actually quite strange when you think about it, where this gender bending person, a teenager, who's transcended into heaven on the back of a crane. It's quite weird. So Lan Caihe is also said to be a wandering street performer. He's always carrying a basket of flowers, wearing a blue robe, and with only one shoe. So in Lan Caihe's case, the one barefoot and one shoe might represent freeing of the soul, as well as the disregard for the norm or convention. Lan Caihe is shown with only one foot with a shoe on, and one is bare. It could also be in relation to the songs that Lan Caihe actually sing as a wandering street performer. They're actually called stomping songs, or ta ge. Ta is stamp or stomp, and ge is song. And the genre of this particular ta ge type of song was first found during first heard during the Tang Dynasty, and it's a form practiced by Lan when it first appeared. And he performed this alone, singing and dancing at the same time, like a one-man show performer, I guess, using certain types of tunes or patterns, while stomping the foot onto the beat of the music. So like a one-man show type of band. That's what Lan Caihe is actually doing. Legend has it that, the Lan Caihe, his gender and age are unknown, but always depicted as someone's quite young, a teenager of some sort. He's said to, become an immortal when 500 years worth of magic was actually transferred onto him by Sun Wukong, the Monkey King. So, so he wasn't, made immortal, by some sheer luck or by some action or starving himself or things like that. So he was given 500 years of magic by Sun Wukong, and then that made him an immortal. Those who have actually heard the songs, sang by Lan Caihe with, the stomping of his foot or her foot, with the bamboo clappers and things like that, they said that they were quite hard to understand, quite philosophical, quite advanced. Also, the song actually denounces life and its pleasures, to give up everything, warning that life is very, very short, telling about, the possibility of immortality, the immortals actually talking about them, and urging everyone to seek Tao, or the way of life. In Taoism, Lan Caihe's wandering as a street performer was seen as a spiritual practice, an unencumbered lifestyle for Taoism. So the view is expressed in the 20th verse of this particular book called Tao De Qing, which says that in contrast with someone, who's very sharp-witted and determined person, a wanderer seems to be very confused when they drift around, or a drifter of some sort, but is directly mothered by Tao, or the way. So in other words, by not intentionally setting out to want to do certain things or to do a certain thing, a wanderer makes it possible for Tao, or for the way, to lead them where they need to be next. So a rather famous literature featuring these 8 immortals, or Baxian, is a story called The Immortals Crossing the Sea, which is Baxian Guohai, which is written during the Ming Dynasty. So in it, the 8 immortals actually cooperate and work together, using their powers to cross a choppy ocean. So this particular literature actually immortalized in the idioms or idiomatic Chinese phrase of 8 immortals across the sea, each revealing their divine power. It says 八仙过海，各显神通. Which describes a situation or a scenario where everyone uses their particular abilities to achieve a common goal. So we actually do that in our daily lives, either with relationships, peer to peer, friends, family, even at work. So we are practicing the ways of the Baxian. So next time when you're gonna maneuver a difficult question, a situation, resolve a conflict at work or within your families or siblings, or even your husband, wife, or partner, or even kids, puppies, kittens, pets, I don't know. Think about this term, which is 八仙过海，各显神通.